James Vick versus Paul Felder is this weekend on UFC on ESPN. Francis Ngannou versus Cain Velasquez. Okay, listen up, guys. James Vick's just been knocked out by Justin Gaethje. He's back already. Okay, he's back already. It's been about 5 months. What the fuck is his training team doing? Not his training team, his coaching staff. What are they doing to him? He's a young guy. Give his chin some time to realign. His chin needs to get itself together. He needs to have a good talking to with his chin. Because his chin is about to leave the fucking door. You know? His chin is packing its bags and it's leaving to 170 waiting for him there. Because James Vick shouldn't be a 155. He cut so much weight. He's such a big, gangly, fucking giraffe cunt. He reminds me of a baby giraffe when he's fighting, honestly. His limbs go everywhere. Almost just cracked a glass there. His limbs go everywhere, all over the place. I feel like when he gets his style of fight, where guys give him that space and he's able to work the range that he has, because boy does he have that fucking range. He is a long cunt. Not too girthy, but he's got the length, you know, and that's what the ladies care about, apparently. Paul Felder, coming off a split decision loss to Mike Perry. I thought he won. He also broke his arm in the second round of that fight. Still went to a split decision against Mike Perry, who's a 170-pounder, and Paul Felder, who fights at 155. Even though Paul Felder's basically a welterweight. I mean, this might as well be a welterweight fight. I don't know why both of these guys are cutting down to 155. They both could have success at welterweight, but I guess they just want to be the bully, you know. And I feel like Paul Felder's going to KO James Vick. I feel like he's going to TKO him with some vicious elbows. I just see it coming, guys. I see Paul Felder closing the distance like he does. He walks forward, he marches you down. He's got that head first Muay Thai style of striking. I feel like he's going to get on the inside of James Vick and knock him out viciously with elbows. So viciously, I was almost just sick then in my throat. Just thinking about the knockout, I feel sick right now. Ugh. Anyway, here's sort of my reasoning behind that. James Vick, he's just been knocked out of Justin Gaethje. He's back already. He's been knocked out a few times in his career. He's not got the best of chins. And I think it's to do with a weight cut. Ask Robert Whittaker. He gets TKO'd by Stephen Thompson, even though it was a bit of a weird stoppage. He wasn't really out. He just couldn't get his legs under him, so he got finished. And then he moves up to 185. And the guy at 170, Rob Whittaker, who couldn't take shots against Stephen Thompson, can now take the biggest overhand fucking right of Yoel Romero at 185. Surely that is the best evidence for how your chin and your ability to take damage is affected by cutting a lot of weight. James Vick needs to learn from this. I've seen him standing next to Darren Till. He makes Darren Till look like he's in the same weight class as James Vick. Like, they look like they're in the same weight class as each other. James Vick is a weird sort of build for that 155 class. And he's also tricky if you give him that space. Paul Felder isn't going to give him that space, I don't think. James Vick throws out the jab, he throws the 1-2, he throws a lot of long hooks, like the Do Hui Choi hooks, where he sort of twists it in at a range, rather than sort of closing it. I just feel like he's not going to be able to do much against Paul Felder's forward pressure. Eventually he's going to get knocked out. I mean, he seems to have a problem as the taller guy escaping the situation where a guy can close a distance. He always seems to be backed up against the cage. Like Junior Dos Santos does. He did it against Stipe Miocic. He always seems to back himself up against the cage and sort of look for a big bomb against the cage. James Vick kind of does that. I don't know why he always finds himself at the edge of the cage, but in the Beneil Dariush fight, you can see it. I know he was out of it at the time. But when Beneil Dariush comes in to close the distance against the cage, James Vick's limbs are so long. They're so long and girthy that it's like awkward for him to sort of find the same techniques as some guy with normal length arms for that division. Do you know what I mean? Like, his arms are so long, he's kind of clumsy with them when people are trying to close a distance. Like, he'll try and clinch with them, and his arms will go way behind their head, because that's his reach, you know? Like, there's not much you can do about it, especially when he's been hit a couple times and he's sort of out of it. I feel like Paul Felder's going to be able to get into the clinch, land some big shots over the top of Vick's guard, because James Vick keeps his hands down quite low. That's just his style, I guess. And I feel like Paul Felder's going to get the knockout here, guys. I feel like he's going to TKO him in the 3rd round. Yeah! Smash him straight on his jaw against the cage. Timber! James Vick's going to fall down like an oak tree. I guarantee you. There's 2 things Paul Felder's going to do here. He's going to come in, he's going to march forward, he's going to start chopping at the legs. He's going to start chopping at the legs, he's going to start ripping to the body a couple times like he does well. I just watched, like a couple weeks ago, I watched Paul Felder versus Charles Oliveira at UFC 218. And it's sort of the game plan there. He sort of backs you up, he forces you into a shot that you don't like, especially with the grappler in Oliveira. And look how good Oliveira looks against the last guy he fought. Oh, fuck's sake. This is why I restart videos, guys, because I don't get these names. And I should know everything. I'm the fucking MMA guru, and I don't know everything. It annoys me. Charles Oliveira last beat Tamer. He beat Tamer, and he fucking viciously beat him as well, even after taking some eye pokes. So it shows you how good Paul Felder is to take on a guy like Charles Oliveira earlier on in his career. I feel like Paul Felder's going to get inside, land the big shots. James Vick's returned way too early. It's been 5 months since you've been KO'd stiff. You're known for getting knocked out, not just once. He's been knocked out by... These are the only losses on his career are knockouts. So it's kind of reasonable for me to assume that Paul Felder's going to knock him out if he's going to win. Because I do feel like Paul Felder's going to win. It's a close fight. It could go either way. But I'm giving you guys my 200 IQ knowledge of the sport, okay? I feel like Paul Felder's going to come in, close the distance, land a big shot, and James Vick's going to go down. That's how I feel. Because James Vick's been knocked out once by Justin Gaethje recently, overhand right. Once by Beneil Dariush, overhand left. Once by Michael Chiesa, TKO. If you don't remember that fight, it was in the Ultimate Fighter finale, I believe, or it might have been the semi-finals. He got knocked out by Michael Chiesa. I'm just saying, I know it was a while ago, but if Michael Chiesa's stand-up is giving you any kind of problem, then you've got some issues to maybe figure out, because Michael Chiesa's stand-up is rudimentary stand-up, guys. I know he's in the UFC, and he'd probably fuck you up. I doubt it, but he probably would. I just feel like if Michael Chiesa's giving you problems standing, maybe don't cut fucking £30 to make 155 and move up to your real weight class, which is 170, where your reach advantage will be nullified a bit. But I feel like you're going to be able to take way more damage there. And you'll look better there, James Vick. Stop fucking cutting to 155. And that goes for you as well, Paul Felder. Stop fucking cutting to 155. What are you both doing to yourselves? What are you doing? What? Paul Felder, you broke your arm in the 2nd round against Mike Perry. And you still won in my eyes. In my 2 eyes. You won that fight. It was a split decision. It was close. Paul Felder, stop cutting weight, bro. Go to 170 where you belong, man. Same with you, James Vick. I'm sick of this shit, man. Everyone cutting too much weight and then complaining when they can't take damage. In James Vick's case. Like, his coaches, what are they fucking telling him? What are they fucking telling him? Surely his coaches should be having this same conversation with him day in, day out. Surely his coaches should be sitting him down and being, listen, James. We know you're a dumb Texan. We know you're thick as shit. But maybe we should wait to come back a little bit. You did just get knocked out on the main stage. Okay, it's a big fight. Paul Felder's a dangerous opponent. Maybe we shouldn't just jump back in after the knockout. Surely they should be having these conversations with him. I don't know. James Vick is coming back. Justin Gaethje knocked James Vick out. Justin Gaethje knocked out James Vick. And James Vick has returned to the octagon before Justin Gaethje has. That's what I'm going to finish this on. And I feel like he's going to get KO'd again. And he's a victim of bad coaching stuff. That's what I feel. I don't know where he trains. But wherever it is, I'm going to have to go down to that place and have some solid words with some people, you know? Like and subscribe, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm going to give it 7 seconds to go over the 10-minute mark. Hey, there you go. Like and subscribe. Thank you very much. I don't get ads or anything, so it wasn't for that. I thought it'd be cool to make it to 10 minutes. I didn't realise I was rambling for that long. Oh well.